Cody Rhodes, the reigning Universal Champion, has become the undeniable poster boy of WWE. But before his rise to stardom as the American Nightmare, he was almost buried by a career-killing gimmick. As Stardust, a glittery, otherworldly character, Rhodes was trapped in a cosmic costume that threatened to dim his star. How did WWE, a company known for creating legends, nearly bury such a promising talent? And how did Rhodes manage to dust himself off and reclaim his destiny? Before Cody became the Cosmic Clown Stardust, he was in a tag team with his brother, Goldust. Together, they briefly stood shoulder to shoulder against the best of the best in tag team division. The Rhodes brothers reached the pinnacle of tag team wrestling, shocking the world by twice defeating the Unstoppable Shield. Their victory was a turning point, a moment that should have launched Cody into stardom. But instead of building on their momentum, WWE squandered their potential. Their title reign was a disappointment, a far cry from the electrifying performances that had captivated fans. They were eventually dethroned in a humiliating defeat at the Royal Rumble, losing their belts to the aging New Age Outlaws on the lowly pre-show. This crushing loss marked a turning point for Cody. Some in WWE believed that the duo had grown stale, and in a desperate attempt to revitalize their careers, the Stardust gimmick was born. Cody revealed a surprising twist in the tale of his Stardust transformation. It all began with a casual suggestion from Stephanie McMahon, who jokingly proposed that he paint his face like his brother. But to Cody's dismay, the joke wasn't a joke to Vince McMahon. The WWE boss loved the idea so much, he immediately greenlit the Stardust gimmick, setting in motion a chain of events that would forever change Cody's career. As the Rhodes brothers' losing streak grew longer, Cody's frustration reached a boiling point. He felt like he was holding his brother back, so he made a bold decision. He asked Goldust to find a new tag team partner. On the July 16th edition of Raw, Goldust would reveal a mystery partner, the otherworldly Stardust. A cosmic being with shimmering skin and glowing eyes, Stardust joined forces with his brother, forming their new glittery team. Their debut was a resounding success, as they swiftly defeated their opponents and snapped their losing streak. It seemed like all Cody needed was a dramatic makeover to turn things around. But Stardust was more than just a gimmick. Cody poured his heart and soul into the character, speaking in cryptic riddles, adopting strange mannerisms, and even learning a new finishing move, the Dark Matter. His dedication was undeniable, and fans were initially captivated by the Stardust persona. The brothers weren't just a force to be reckoned with in the ring, they were a whirlwind of chaos and comedy backstage. Their bizarre skits were the talk of both Raw and SmackDown, leaving fans laughing and shaking their heads. In the ring, they were a wrecking ball, dominating tag team competition and earning a shot at the titles against the fearsome Usos. Unfortunately, their first attempt ended in a controversial count-out win. Outraged by the outcome, the Dust brothers snapped, unleashing a brutal attack on the Usos that left the WWE Universe stunned. This dark turn marked a turning point as they embraced their villainous side. Redemption came at Night of Champions, where they finally captured the tag team titles. Their rivalry with the Usos continued to heat up, with the Dust brothers emerging victorious several times, but their reign would eventually come to an end in a thrilling fatal four-way match at Survivor Series. The brothers were in a losing streak again, and Stardust's behavior became increasingly erratic and strange until, after too many losses, Stardust betrayed his brother on February 16, 2015, attacking him after losing a match. This led to a heated confrontation with their father. Stardust had completely consumed Cody, leaving it to Dustin to snap his brother out of his cosmic trance. The pair clashed at Fastlane in a decent match, but the lifeless crowd and a botched ending left a sour taste in everyone's mouths. In a final twist, Stardust, disguised as a harmless rosebud, ambushed Goldust. This shocking attack marked the abrupt end to their once promising rivalry. Goldust never sought revenge after Stardust's shocking attack, and Stardust never offered an explanation. Their storyline abruptly vanished, disappearing faster than Kofi Kingston's Jamaican accent. It was a botched mess that WWE completely mishandled. By March, Stardust had moved on to chasing the Intercontinental title, as if the entire Goldust saga had never existed. Cody continued to portray Stardust much to his dismay. He eventually found new allies in the Ascension, forming the cosmic faction known as the Cosmic Wasteland. This alliance initially seemed promising, especially after their victory over Neville and the Lucha Dragons at Night of Champions. However, their momentum quickly fizzled, as they suffered defeat after defeat. There were brief attempts to spark a rivalry between Stardust and Cesaro, but these plans were derailed by Cesaro's injury. With Cesaro out, the Cosmic Wasteland's days were numbered. This yet another Stardust storyline that WWE quietly abandoned without explanation. Stardust's gimmick had become stale, and WWE relegated him to the role of a jobbing enhancement talent. He competed in a high-stakes ladder match for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania 32, but ultimately came up short. His final match in his initial WWE run was a loss to Zack Ryder on May 16, 2016. Just 5 days later, Cody requested and was granted his release from the company. When asked about his departure, Cody cited creative differences as a major factor. After leaving WWE, he immediately abandoned the Stardust gimmick and embarked on a journey of reinvention in the independent wrestling scene. He competed for promotions like TNA, New Japan, and AEW before making a triumphant return to WWE in 2022 as the American Nightmare. And the rest, as they say, is history. The Stardust character, while visually appealing, was often one-dimensional and lacked the depth and nuance required for long-term storytelling. The cosmic persona, while unique, limited Cody's ability to express himself and connect with the audience on a personal level. While Cody Rhodes is a talented performer, the Stardust gimmick didn't fully showcase his abilities. His natural charisma and in-ring skills were often overshadowed by the character's eccentricities and limitations. But since then, Cody has found his way and become the beloved American Nightmare.